left a couple of weeks ago, and I would just like to apologize. Anyone who saw any post, comment, repost of mine that had any sort of leftist ideology and propaganda. I was so wrong. I can't even begin to explain how it feels.
So we all agree. We all agree.
I agree.
I said it before that it was the worst halftime show ever, and it's 250 years that we're celebrating right now in the United States. And I just don't think it was appropriate to have it in Spanish. And quite frankly, I didn't need to see him grabbing his, G area. I think it was totally inappropriate. You've got all these young kids watching the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to be grabbing himself every 5 seconds. Is he so insecure? Seriously, I didn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish. I would have liked to have known the words he was saying. To me, it looked like a political statement because there were literally no white people in the entire thing. I think it was a political statement, and I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I just do. I think it was an ICE thing. And I just think that the NFL sold out, and it's very sad because this was 75 years. And, shame. Shame. And Lady Gaga got a facelift. I didn't recognize her. I literally had to Google her face to see who it was because we all couldn't agree who it was. So that was kind of fun in the middle of halftime. At least it gave me something to do because it was so hard to watch.
I would give this a 4. I would give it a 4. But it pales in comparison to all of the people that have gone before. To me, it looks like the NFL is getting worse each year in their performance. That's for me as a performer. Thinking of a performance, if I had a budget.
This lady you just saw at the beginning of this video, she is fired. I don't know. When you take a look at these, Blink 44 Studio, the production company behind the Golden Light, issue a statement to TMZ writing, in light of recent public comment made by Jill, has decided not to move forward with her involvement in the Golden Life. We remain committed to delivering the series in line with our company standard and values. This lady is fired for criticizing Bad Bunny. I don't get the point here. What she said here, that was based on her views, how she saw it. I don't know. I might disagree with her, but looking into what she said, I don't see it being a reason to fire her. It's crazy. Because you criticize someone.
Bad Bunny halftime performance was trash. That's how I feel. Now, for the viewers who understand Spanish, maybe it was good for you. But for me, who don't understand Spanish, yeah, it was trash. Here's the thing, though. From what I'm seeing, it's showing a lot of cultural differences, and apparently it's bringing unity, or it's a thing about unity, one nation under God. That's probably the message, or that's the message that a lot of people are saying. Here's the thing. One, Buddy don't believe in God. And his message in all of his music, it shows. Here's the thing. You're not going to tell me that a guy who believes in God does this to him. Yeah, no. So let's move on. So like I said, maybe the message was for the country to unite, as of all these countries and of all the cultures and all the diversity, we're still one nation under God. Maybe that's what it was. But in this case, the problem is not the message, but the messenger. Because, yeah, the vast majority of this country have no clue what he said up there.
Halftime show of all time. It beat out Lamar last year. That tells you one thing. Bad Bunny's songs were more about the energy and the message that they're trying to bring forward than the actual words themselves. Because despite the fact that he performed completely in Spanish, everybody still tuned in because the energy, the meaning, the style, the sheer grace that he brought to the stage was enough to bring people together, despite the fact not understanding the words that he was saying, because the meaning behind those words, the energy and the unity that he was trying to bring forward mattered more than just being able to speak the language. Bad Bunny's performance signifies that he not only went out there to perform for the haters and the people who were against him, but for everybody else. This was not just a U.S. citizen performance. This was a American performance, because as he said in Spanish, it doesn't matter if you're from Canada or South America, Argentina, and he named off a bunch of countries. We're all Americans. It's North America, South America. We need to be united and not celebrating people in cages, but celebrating victories on fields, playing games, music, culture. Because immigrants bring a lot more than just manual labor. They bring culture and things that we just never had here. And yet that's what everybody seems to be missing. And while ICE agents are inflicting pain on people of this country,
I can't get enough of Bad Bunny, talking about Bad Bunny. I can't get enough of that performance and just the vibe that he brought. So days after the Super Bowl, people are still losing their minds over Bad Bunny's halftime show. Who?
Jill Zarin.
Jill Zarin. Okay, her. Deleted a post, a video post, where she called the performance the worst halftime show ever.
Mm-hmm. Why do we care what she says?
I don't know. She said there were no white people.
You know, it saddens my heart to see people on The View coming out to talk against this lady because she criticized Bad Bunny. I watched them to a certain level. I had to turn off because I got furious at a certain point. It is crazy. She is entitled to her own opinion. That is what I can actually say here. Yes, before the ratings even came out, these people wanted to sell the idea like this was the best performance ever. When you look deep into that, after the ratings came out, you realize, that was a lie. The impression that, oh, this performance was more than what Kid Rock put out, the essence was not for telling USA to compete or beat them in ratings. That was not the essence. They just wanted to pass a message in a very different format. Preliminary ratings number shows viewership for Bad Bunny halftime performance tanked 39% from last year. Only 26.5 million households watch, 48.8 million tuned into the game. Meanwhile, nearly half of Americans turned off the TV. That is a simple truth. But these people will never make you understand that that was the simple truth here. At some point, when you look at Libras struggling to praise, put out messages like this is the best thing, I really don't get it. I laugh all through because they will always push this kind of narrative. When you take a look at what Benny Johnson put out here, it is nothing but the truth. Yeah, the essence was not to beat 30 Point USA. There are a lot of things Bad Bunny has actually put out for a very long time that people look into. The lyrics of his songs, that is one thing people look into. Some people were even scared to turn off that in front of their children. Like, that is just... Someone explained to me, reason they decided to put this in their language is because if they put it in English, it will be a problem. So you understand better. I just have a problem why they decided to fire this lady you saw at the beginning of this video. It should not happen that way. She has right to criticize people she works with. It's not like you are a slave to an organization to a level that if they're doing something, you see it, you don't speak up.
Wonk, wonk, wonk. And the NFL, like, they so stupid because the NFL is like, yo, we trying to go international. We trying to get paid. And that's all this is. But these folk are crashing out. And it's like Megan's sitting here, like, we don't give a damn.
It always solidifies my belief that we are a conquer country.
It's an exciting time because the Super talking about the game. It's all about halftime show.
Thanks to God.
And this goes out to all the ICE agents out there, wherever you are. Great job.
I don't want to prolong the video. I think I'm going to end here. I want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out the video. As of the short clip you see at the end, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip.
Truly, it was a bad football game, and when you couple that with Bad Bunny, who may have been the worst halftime show, not one word of
halftime show.
What do you mean figure out?
Figure out, like, just you know, deliver something that the diehard fans really want.
Bad Bunny is going to be
that it was a little bulky. I thought he was just trying to show that he was a little muscular.
Critics did not like it.
This comments I've heard in a while.
You were releasing it. Why did you not?
Eyes out.
Gervais once told the award show crowd, "Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about people."
A person's home, it's very easy to understand.
When I look at that video, I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother.
Babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me.
Thank you, everyone. I'm a little in shock about that.
Maduro.
Let your hatred and sit this one out.
Well, these guys.
There you go.
$1,500.
Let's see if they get this.
Well,
I want to see them get it.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin. Can sit at either place.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends. Everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one end, she said,
We should have said nothing. The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have.
Absolute horror.
Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy.
There is a quota system.
This is my 6th and last year hosting the Grammys. Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish.
And we are a community here today that what we're doing, and we're only going to be able to get any shit done.
Furious about a football game halftime show just doesn't make sense to me. The first complaint that